Creativity and innovations and business ideas and market and environment. Our objectives are the following: explain the creative process of generating ideas, determine the common characteristics of business market, describe the legal forms of business, describe the different industries in the country today, map and analyze the opportunities offered by the industries in the community, check the needs, wants, and demands of the market through environmental scanning process, know the 4Ms of production, discuss the importance of acquiring a startup capital, apply the standards in selecting the best business location. Creativity and innovations and business ideas. The entrepreneur's secret for creating value in the marketplace is their application of creativity and innovation to solve problems and to exploit opportunities that people face every day. What is creativity? Creativity is the ability to develop new ideas and to discover new ways of looking at problems and opportunities. Creative ideas often arise when entrepreneurs look at something old and think of something new or different to do with it. The following are the ways you can experience the creative process. Search for knowledge. This is the step to prepare yourself to become a knowledgeable entrepreneur. If you don't have the knowledge about how to start a business, this is the phase where you will acquire the necessary know how. Acquisition of knowledge means being aware of the present environment. This involves extensive reading of printed materials, surfing the net, watching televisions, listening to the radio, joining groups, traveling, etc. Next, creation of idea. Ideas may come from various means and sources. An idea can be created when you intentionally think of it or when it comes unexpectedly. From the knowledge obtained in groups, readings, and the like, you will learn how to connect various information and come up with a creative idea. Next, gathering of data. The creation of an idea gives rise to problems that need to be addressed and questions that have to be answered. Data must be gathered to be able to understand the basic components of an idea, to give it a new twist and to make it fit in a particular field. For example, if you have decided to establish an internet cafe in your community, you must identify the number of population, the number of prospective clients, power problems, possible complaints from neighbors, and the like. Next, implementation. This is the stage where your idea is put to flesh. You must learn to maneuver situation to be able to realize your vision. And last, evaluation. An assessment of the merits and demerits of the project must be done to determine its viability. Evaluation will help you decide whether to expand or withdraw your investment. The following may help enhance your creative mind. Number one, relax and sleep. A tired body and mind hampers creativity. It is important to relax and have enough sleep to give time for your body and mind to rejuvenate and restore themselves. New ideas will come in easily after the brain has had the necessary amount of rest. Ideas may even come in while doing a relaxing activity like swimming in the beach or attending party. Daydream. Daydreams can be a source of creative ideas. It allows you to think beyond the ordinary. Daydreams can serve as impetus for you to move and work towards a certain goal. As an example, the concept of the airplane came after countless attempts of man's dream of flight. Keep distance. Getting used to the day to day grind limits of capacity to think of creative ideas, it is good to take time off from the present environment and look at things from a distance. This will give you a different perspective that you haven't seen before. One strategy is to travel or to work in a different environment so you won't be influenced by the factors within. Last, be happy. Take life and problems lightly. A mind entertaining lots of problems is not productive. This person will not be able to come up with a bright and excellent idea. A peaceful state of mind is a fertile ground for ideas. Types of innovative products and services. The above aspects focus on the strategies you can use to come up with an innovation. Innovativeness is an advantage. This is because customers are attracted to innovative products and services. However, innovativeness alone does not guarantee success. There are also successful entrepreneurs who are not innovative, though innovative products and services are not the sole determinants of a successful businessman. You must strive to be an innovative and at the same time as successful entrepreneurs. Other determinants of success could be a quality of customer relations, employee relations, and many others. Whether the business is just starting or has counted years in the industry, both could offer any of the following types of innovative products and services. The introduction of new products and services, that is the first one. So in this case, the entrepreneur will be offering new products and services that are not yet available in the market. This involves a lot of risk because the unfamiliarity of the product might make the market wary of it. It is very important, therefore, to orient the market to the new product or services. Second, improvement of existing products and services. This is a situation where a better version of an existing product or service is introduced. The customers are already familiar with its basic use. Its main advantage lies in the novel feature it possesses, which other existing products or features do not have. For example, the popular Pearl Shake is actually an improvement of the existing shakes being sold in the country. Its novel feature is its use of sago or what we call tapioca and of different flavors not traditionally used for shakes. Barriers to creativity. As what was mentioned before, it is difficult to come up with innovative products and services despite the endless possibilities available. What are the reasons why some entrepreneurs find it hard to produce creative products and services? There are several reasons why entrepreneurs cannot innovate. Some of these reasons are the following. Number one, resistance to change. Some entrepreneurs are just contented to stay where they are. They are just contented with their existing products and services. For them, a change will just be a waste of time, money, and effort. Number two, financial constraints. Innovating means of offering more than what the others could offer. Thus, additional product and service features will mean additional expenses. Some entrepreneurs would rather spend less and sell less rather than spend more and sell more. Number three, lack of manpower skills. Even if innovative ideas are present, the lack of competent manpower or people who are knowledgeable with the job would make innovation hard, if not impossible. Number four, lack of government or management support. Government oppositions make any innovative endeavor difficult to implement. For example, if management would not allow the purchase of new equipment because of cost-cutting measures, most likely there will be no improvement in the quality of the products and services. Number five, moral and religious constraints. Innovation can be hampered by moral and religious beliefs. It requires unbridled creative freedom, which will not be possible when an individual's thinking is bounded by moral and religious beliefs. For example, introducing miniskirts to Middle East women would not hold water since their religious belief would not allow them to wear such attire. Number six, lack of new information. As what mentioned before, an entrepreneur must prepare himself to become innovative. The first thing that he has to do is to search for new knowledge. The lack of new information may hamper the creation of an innovative idea. Number seven, fear of the unknown. Almost everyone is afraid of uncertainty. This fear also affects risk-taking entrepreneurs. They fear that if they venture into something out of the ordinary, they may not have or know how to react. Some can withstand the fear, but some cannot. Last, number eight, threat to integrity. Some entrepreneurs do not innovate because of their fear of failure. If they fail, they will lose their credibility and integrity. How to enhance creativity? Creativity is necessary for innovations to happen. Thus, an entrepreneur must be creative. Entrepreneurs can stimulate their own creativity and encourage it among workers by number one, role modeling. In general, employees tend to take after their bosses. A creative boss, therefore, will most likely have creative people working for him. Number two, setting standards. The standards set by the employers will serve as a guide on how employees should work and on the quality of work they should deliver. If creativity is the set standard, employees will be inspired to work to reach that goal. If being creative is not an issue in the company, then nobody will bother to think of or talk about it. Number three, providing rewards. These rewards may be monetary or non-monetary, such as praise or recognition. Rewards may motivate employees to be creative. Number four, providing support to the employees. Employees will not be motivated to be creative if they know that nothing will come out of it. For creativity to flourish, it must be nurtured and given support. Management should be well prepared in terms of budget and attitude to embrace any sign of creativity from the workers. One of the support that management can give is in the form of training programs. Thus, companies usually allot a big amount for seminars and conferences for the employees. Number five, positive thinking. The entrepreneur must view problems as opportunities. This can greatly influence the employees to do the same. Last, number six, flexibility. Managers should exercise flexibility in dealing with creative ideas. If one is very strict, employees might be reluctant to give suggestions because of fear of being rejected. Next topic is market and environment. Entrepreneurs with enough knowledge and background in the market and environment where their businesses operate will have better strategies and decisions and will find it easier to sustain business activities. The intended market of a particular product and service must be carefully studied before and during the actual operation of the business. Many entrepreneurs fail because of a very simple reason. There is no enough information gathered about the target market. Consequently, they incur so much losses leading to bankruptcy. What is market? Market is a socially, politically, and economically organized people whose needs and demands are based on tradition, culture, and technology. Their needs and demands are enormous depending on the class of people being referred to. These classes of people are known as market segments. These may be high-end, middle-end, and low-end market segments. Each segment will have varying needs of various products and services. Take note, to be an entrepreneur, you must be skillful enough to address needs and demands of the market. Many successful entrepreneurs' secret of success is just paying attention to the market's needs and demands, and later they accumulate so much wealth. A need or demand based business will always have a share of market. The legal forms of business. It has three: sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation. Let's discuss one by one. Sole proprietorship. The characteristic owned by only one person who is responsible for the whole business. The owner can assume the role of manager, finance officer, and worker. The advantage of sole proprietorship: very easy to establish and decision comes from one person only. The disadvantage of sole proprietorship: owner manager is required to render full operation time. No one else can share in the financial burden of the owner, and in case of financial instability, the firm can dissolve easily. Partnership. The characteristic of this are two persons have combined resources and skills. Any of the two partner can act as financier or manager. They can also share responsibilities and roles in the business operation. The advantage of partnership: comparatively easy to establish and there is a check and balance among partners only. The disadvantage: decision making is shared between the two owners. In times of partner conflict, the business is at risk, and limited funding may constrain business operation. Corporation. The characteristic of corporation: two or more persons own the business, and aside from the owners, many people known as shareholders are engaged in a corporation through their investment known as shares or stock. The advantage of this: business risks are shared by many people. If business is good, growth is maximized due to bigger capital. Burdens in the operations are shared by various specialized individuals. The disadvantage: the complex organizational setup imposes a long line of more expensive ways of control, and complex decision-making process will delay operation. The different industries in the country today. There are many established and emerging industries in the country. Having mapped all of those in the community will give a would-be entrepreneur a chance to examine what entrepreneurial opportunities may be brought to the community. Once these opportunities are identified, entrepreneurs will lay down their plan of actions and then start the business activities. Some or maybe all of the industries listed below are located in your locality that could be related to agribusiness. Number one, health and wellness, which is organic agri products. Two, hotel, restaurants, and tourism, which is specialized farm products. Three, banking and finance, which is financing crop production. Four, manufacturing processing, which is farm products as raw materials. Five, transport and logistics, from farm to market. Six, wholesale and retail trade, which is farm products and inputs. Seven, creative industries, which is using farm byproducts. Eight, diversified strategic farming and fishing. And nine, high value crop production. Checking the needs, wants, and demands of the market through environmental scanning process. The needs and demands of the community can be determined through environmental scanning. In this process, an inspiring entrepreneur must make a thorough examination of the target market before a particular business is set. Many elements of the target market can change from month to month or year to year. Thus, updated data and information of the following must be gathered, which shall become the basis of setting up the planned business: population scale growth rate demographics rather, list of competitors available at Department of Competition, Trade and Manufacturing, collections of supply that can also be obtained from Department of Suppliers, Trade and Manufacturing, result of reliable mini survey using large target consumers sample. Know the four M's of production. The first one is manpower. It refers to all persons in the business who are also popularly called labor force. That means the world manpower includes the entrepreneur himself. Next, money. It is known to be the life juice of the business and has to do with the economic status of the business. This can be in a paper bills or coins, generally used to pay for goods and services, repayment of debts, and saving or restoring purchasing power of the business. Next, materials. This can be raw materials or finished products which shall undergo certain process or combined procedures which shall end as the expected amount of production. Next, we have machines, any semi or fully automated devices that are used in converting raw materials into marketable products or outputs. Now let's talk about the importance of acquiring a startup capital. Business capital, usually in the form of money, is an indispensable factor to start a new business. It is considered a working capital because it will keep the operation going. So entrepreneurs must secure enough capital to start and to sustain business operations. So raising the need capital is not a problem for the wealthy families. However, if you do not have the cash on hand yet, you need to consider favorable sources would be entrepreneurs must carefully choose which capital source to take. Money lenders which offer high interest are always not a good choice. The following are the possible sources of the startup capital for any types of business to be established. Personal saving. The advantage is no interest payment to be paid, and the disadvantage usually it takes some time to save enough money to start a business. Next, family savings. The advantage, low or no interest at all will be charged to the would-be entrepreneurs. Monthly amortizations may not be charged depending on the agreements. Disadvantage, in rare cases, if problem exists between parties, capital may be taken in partial or at once by parents. Last, external sources such as banks and credit cooperatives. The advantage, there are many well-reputed lending institutions, not loan sharks, in the community. Lending institutions can confidently lend adequate capital in exchange of a sound feasibility study. The disadvantage, monthly amortization must be paid even amidst financial difficulties of an enterprise. Well-reputed lending institutions in the community can offer the following types of loans according to term of repayment. First, short-term loan. In this type of loan, monthly amortizations, which will include low interest, will be paid 1 year or less. Advance or on-time payment of monthly amortization increases trust and confidence of a bank on the entrepreneur. This good relationship will offer more opportunities to the entrepreneur. Second, intermediate loans. Term of payment can range from 1 to 2 years. Last, we have long-term loans. Depending on the soundness of the feasibility or the established trust and confidence of the bank on the entrepreneur, terms of payment can stretch from 4 to 10 years where lending policies of banks or credit cooperative apply. Now let's talk about factors in selecting the best business location. The following must be considered in choosing the right business location. Number one, nearness to target markets. Number two, availability and quality of raw materials and supplies. Number three, accessibility to consumers and transportation. Number four, consider zoning and local ordinances. Number five, availability of power and fuel sources. Last, number six, taxation such as municipal tax policies, other local fees, and rates. Now let's talk about hiring and training personnel. Before the actual operations of the business begin, hiring the right person for the right task must be considered. Your business plan will tell you how many workers you need for the start and how many will be hired again as the operations progress. Excess personnel will be an extra cost of the business and this condition must be avoided. Next is the registration of a new business. New business must be registered in the name of legalities before you let your well-planned business rocks the market. So the following official processes must be undertaken. Register your official business name in the Department of Trade and Industry, or what we call DTI, which is in charge of the promotion of an economic and business environment necessary to increase the creation and growth of enterprises and improve trade of goods and services in and out of the country. As part of its promotion program, it organizes trade fairs and exhibits in the country. The DTI also assists investors, small and medium scale entrepreneurs, exporters, and consumers. Next, apply for a mayor's permit to operate the business and the municipal business license of the business. Next, register your business at the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC. The articles of incorporation and bylaws are required for all corporation and for partnership. The Securities and Exchange Commission oversees securities exchanges, securities brokers and dealers, investment advisors, and mutual funds in an effort to promote fair dealing, the disclosure of important market information, and to prevent fraud. Next, register your business in a Bureau of Internal Revenue, where upon your business will be assigned a tax identification number or TIN number. The Bureau of Internal Revenue is mandated by law to assess and collect all national internal revenue taxes, fees, and charges, and to enforce all forfeitures, penalties, and fines connected therewith, including the execution of judgments in all cases decided in its favor by the Court of Tax Appeals and the ordinary courts. Last, register your employees with the PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, and Social Security System or SSS. Registration in other agencies which provide welfare and other insurance benefits must also be consulted and legally followed. The Home Development or Mutual Fund, commonly known as the Pag-ibig Fund, is the government-owned and controlled corporation under the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development of the Philippines responsible for the administration of the National Savings Program and affordable shelter financing for Filipinos, while the Social Security System or SSS is a state-run social insurance program in the Philippines to workers in the private, professional, and informal sectors. SSS is established by virtue of Republic Act number 1161, better known as the Social Security Act of 1954. This law was later amended by Republic Act number 8282 in 1997.